Like, I'm getting ready to go on my 4th surgery, my 2nd neck surgery, getting a fusion and everything. Some people are like, you didn't get blown up, so you shouldn't have any kind of VA and all this stuff. It's like, well, certain things happen that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't serving. This is what is important to understand when it comes to all this VA disability stuff. And people get mad of like, oh, this person's pulling VA, but they didn't get blown up. Like, they just twisted their ankle while they were in Japan, and now they have something wrong with their ankle for the rest of their life, so they get paid. But this guy over here, he got blown up, and he gets paid too. It doesn't matter. When you're active duty, you wouldn't be where you were if you weren't active duty. He said if you trip playing flag football on mandatory fun day, and you break your leg, let's say, and now your leg's messed up the rest of your life, well, you wouldn't have been at mandatory fun day if you weren't serving in the military. You wouldn't have got shot on the range if you weren't in the military. No matter what happens when you're serving active duty, you wouldn't be where you were if you weren't serving active duty, and your injuries would not have happened to you if you weren't serving active duty. That's just how it works. Like, that's just how it is. Is there a bigger respect factor if I see like a combat veteran and stuff? Like, oh man, hear their story and everything. Yeah, like, I respect those people so much. But at the end of the day, you have no clue what people are going through. Like, you could have people that look perfectly fine, but they're on their 5th, 6th surgery, or they could be dealing with some PTSD from something that happened to them while they're in the military, but they look perfectly fine. Like, you have no clue about anybody's stories, so it's important to not, like, compare, I guess, in a way of like, oh, you got it worse than I do, or you have it worse, or you have it worse, you have it worse, you have it worse. Everybody has their own story and their own things that happen to them, and that's just how it is. Yes, it's way harder to get like VA when the reserves, National Guard, because you're not technically on duty all the time, or you know what I mean? Like, you're just not. That's just not how it works. Okay? And it makes people, I think it makes some people mad if they like don't get VA because they never go to the doctor and stuff like that, because they're just like, oh, I'm too tough for that. But I don't know. Like, I'm getting ready to go on my 4th surgery, my 2nd neck surgery, getting a fusion and everything. And it's just like, some people are like, you didn't get blown up, so you shouldn't have any kind of VA and all this stuff. It's like, well, certain things happen that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't serving. So just know that.